Teen killer doesn't realize he's being recorded.
This is 19-year-old Hollis Daniels. He just got arrested and has somehow managed to sneak a gun into jail.
What? Okay, how does this even happen? How do you sneak a gun into jail?
Kids. Pretty old.
And this is where all hell breaks loose.
Oh, nah. What the?
The moment this happens, the
Wait, he actually did it?
entire police station goes into lockdown as officers scramble to make sense of the situation. They have no idea who did this and how something like this can even happen. Hollis, on the other hand, was by this time long gone and thought he was going to get away with it. But little did he know his heinous crime was being recorded every step of the way by hidden cameras. Now,
I mean, honestly, that's kind of common sense, though. Like, how would he think he's not getting recorded? Like, literally, you're in, like, a police station or something, bro. Like, there's always cameras.
the chase was on to
he's
catch
stupid.
this cold-blooded teen killer.
But he still got away, though? Oh, my God.
You know, it's funny. My mom called me and said, "Reed, are you okay? There's been a shooting, and they say it's you." And immediately then I knew I'm going to jail for the rest of my life.
At around 1 a.m. on the 8th of October, Hollis Daniels got into an argument with his friends. Allegedly, Hollis had stolen his friend Leo's gun, and at one point even threatened him with it. As Hollis
How you gonna steal somebody's gun and then threaten them with it, bro? And first of all, why are you stealing people's gun in the first place? Like, you're that much of a fiend to be shooting guns?
left the house that evening, Leo called the police, telling them exactly what happened, and Hollis was pulled over at around 1:30 a.m. Had the traffic stop you're about to see ended even slightly differently, Officer Floyd East Jr. might still be alive to this day.
Oh my God. So he actually did it, bro. For some reason, I thought, like, you know, the officer was gonna see it and, like, fight back or something. Bro, he actually murdered the officer, dude.
Monster Police Department. Where were you coming from?
Nobody's house.
We got a call about you causing a disturbance.
A disturbance?
Yeah, over at your friend's house. What's your friend's name?
Leo?
Leo?
Yeah.
Okay, why is Leo calling us, telling us you're messing with him?
I have no idea, sir. Because I guess he didn't. I don't know.
You have an idea, buddy. Stop lying.
I don't know. I'm not sure, sir.
Okay. You have any guns or any weapons in the vehicle? Any drugs or anything like that? Step out here and talk to me, man, okay?
Okay. Is that necessary, sir?
Yeah, it is necessary, okay?
Yes, it is.
Just come sit over here for me, okay?
After stepping out, Hollis tells the officers that he did get into an argument with his friends, even getting thrown onto the floor at one point. However, he's adamant that he didn't steal anything from them, especially not a gun. The cops, though, aren't so sure, and want to search his vehicle to prove him wrong.
You have a gun inside the vehicle? You have a gun on your person?
No, sir.
No, I pat him down. Yeah, I pat him
Do you
down.
care if we search your vehicle?
Yes, sir. I kind of do.
Thanks, sir. You don't want us to search your vehicle?
Yeah, but not because I don't have a gun. I just don't. I don't consent to that. There's no.
What do you mean? Why do you not consent? Why do you don't want them to check it, bro? Because you got something in there, bro. If you were confident you have something in there, you know what I'm saying, you would just let them check. Now you say, oh, I don't give consent and stuff. You're literally raising the cops' suspicions.
It's not necessary. I don't know what's wrong.
No, it is necessary because right now you're involved in
Digging his own grave, facts.
That's why I'm asking if you have a gun in your car.
No.
I cannot search your vehicle for a gun.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then hang on to him. I'm gonna go there and see what's going on that side, and I'll be back over here. So, might as well just put him in the back of the vehicle.
Okay. All right.
Till we figure out what's going on.
Okay.
As Hollis didn't give consent to search, the officers never ended up looking inside his vehicle. It could have been argued they had probable cause, but in this situation, the officers must have thought it was a gray area and let it slide. Sources say that it's very likely Hollis did indeed have the gun with him in the car, and that a search would have likely recovered the weapon and saved Officer Floyd's life.
Wow, dude. That's wow.
Instead, Hollis was given a friendly send-off and allowed to return back home.
Damn, he said I tried to kill him? Or he said that I said that?
Yeah, that's what he told the other officer. You can carry on with your night, man. Get home safe, buddy.
Bro.
Get some new friends.
The very next evening, a call came in from a student saying that they'd heard a gunshot and saw another student holding a gun. The cops, of course, took this extremely seriously, as they were worried that he might harm himself or others on the campus. So at 5:59 p.m., Officer Floyd East Jr. conducted a welfare check with his partner.
Wow.
Text that police department. We're keying in.
He started all this, bro.
Inside, Hollis was nowhere to be seen, but the officers did manage to wake up his roommate, whom they were able to question about Hollis's whereabouts.
Hey, what's up, man? What's your name?
Andy.
Andy? Is that who we're looking for?
No, we're looking for Hollis.
I just woke up. I'm sorry.
That's okay. What do you know about your partner that lives in this room down here?
Hollis Daniels?
Hollis? I don't know a whole lot about him. Really. I don't know. I haven't really hung out with these guys a whole lot.
Okay.
Despite the lack of information, though, it wouldn't take long for the cops to find something extremely unnerving that confirms their suspicions.
There's a gun right here.
Oh, nah.
Revolver.
CO2.
Unfortunately for the cops, this isn't the weapon that they're looking for. It's actually just a CO2 gun, and the cops eventually end up coming dry on any real
A CO2 gun? What is that? Is that just an air gun?
firearms or evidence that one has been discharged here. However, they don't stop on their search.
The airsoft?
And they
Yeah,
instead
that's what I'm
happen on
thinking.
something that worries them even more.
Probably is some drugs and paraphernalia in there, but we can't tell from plain view, so we'll just go ahead and seize all that. And I don't know what those pills are, but there's another in there. And when I was looking inside this box, it looks like there's a little bag with some marijuana, maybe.
The cops
Yeah, this is wait, it's a college dorm or something right there, right? Yeah, they be doing drugs and stuff all the time, bro.
found small amounts of marijuana and a larger quantity of X concealed in a bottle that was supposed to be for antibiotics. According to his friends, Hollis had recently developed an addiction for X and was illegally obtaining it alongside smoking weed to supposedly treat his anxiety. If that was indeed the case,
Bro, that's the thing, bro. A lot of people use the excuse about smoking and stuff. It's like, oh, it's like medicine or whatever. But most of the time, like, it turns into addiction, bro. And that's when it becomes very dangerous. It's hard to find the fine line, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you know when everybody says like, oh, I just smoke on occasion. I just drink on occasion. But it's like, dude, like, really? Like, you most likely do it a lot more than occasions, bro. You know, drugs and stuff definitely make you do stupid things. So he was probably on drugs when he was like waving guns around and doing this shit.
imagine how nervous he must have felt when he returned home at 6:29 p.m. to see 4 police officers searching his dorm.
Hey,
Oh,
what's your name, bud?
Come here, buddy. What's up? What's your name? Andreas. No, it's not. Come on. No,
Andreas. You trying to fake his
Talk to
name?
your other 3 roommates. We know what they look like.
Yeah.
That was a good try, though. Hey, stand up for me real quick. Do you have any weapons or anything on you? Interlace your fingers on top of your head.
This is the first of 2 searches that will be conducted on Hollis,
Wow.
marking the most pivotal points in this case. From this point onwards,
Wait, so you're telling me he's had the gun on him ever since this search right here?
he's never let out of the officer's sight, and he never retrieves a gun from anywhere. It would later come to light that at this very moment, he had a loaded .45 caliber
What?
pistol concealed in his waistband. A search should confirm that, but watch what happens when they start to pat him down.
Spread your feet out a little for me. What's all in this pocket?
Money?
Money? Yeah, I can take it out.
Yeah.
Is it okay to just empty out all your pockets while we're doing this?
Do you have?
Don't move your hands.
Is that necessary?
I'm asking you a question.
No, I don't.
Bro, just do it, dude. Like, what? Just do it.
Somehow, the officers don't find the gun that'll be used to shoot one of these officers
Bro.
in just 1 hour from now. But the cops are clearly still suspicious. He gave a fake name and seems extremely nervous while being searched.
That's what I'm saying, bro. He literally gave y'all a fake name. That's already like a super red flag, bro. Like from there on, plus the reports and stuff you've been hearing, like you should automatically be searching this nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Tentatively asking to avoid searching in certain
And bro saying, oh, I don't consent to that. Like for me personally, that literally screams to me, I have something on me.
places.
So what's going on with all the stuff in your room?
I smoke pot sometimes, I said, and I have a few pills in there, yes, sir.
All that stuff in there's yours?
Yes, sir.
Bro. From
So
YouTube,
you don't
welcome,
have a
bro.
prescription for Xanax? 'Cause that's a lot of Xanax for one person.
While he's not in cuffs, Hollis seems remarkably calm. So while he's relaxed,
Damn, Chad, that's so crazy how this guy right here, this is the guy that got killed, right? He's looking directly at this guy, you know what I'm saying? Spending time talking to this guy or whatever. And he's literally about to be killed by him, bro.
ask him a couple questions about the weapons before they throw him in cuffs.
I have I do have a pellet gun, but it's not loaded.
Yeah, we saw that too.
CO2. Okay. Well,
What do you use the CO2 gun for?
honestly, I haven't even loaded it out here. Back home, we used to just shoot squirrels and stuff. I thought it'd be kind of fun, but then I realized I got here, there's not many squirrels here, you know what I'm saying?
Chat, you remember what I said about people, you know, they start out by hunting animals and stuff, and then it just becomes a curiosity, you know what I'm saying? Curiosity to start like, oh, what if I shot a human? Like, it always starts with something little, bro.
Then we also got a report of the gunshot.
There was no gunshot. In here?
That's what we're told.
By who?
Somebody that heard it.
So yeah.
Oh, no, yeah, I wasn't even here last night. I was over at my buddy, 28th Street. What time did the shot go off? Because if you look up the police reports from Officer, what's his name? It was Duckworth, Officer Duckworth. We went through this whole thing.
Did he write you a ticket or
He
anything?
didn't write me a ticket. He let me go because the whole situation was they thought that I stole their gun, and so then they went and searched my car. You can look and I see you can look at his what time he pulled me over, and I bet that whatever time the gunshot was reported won't actually, because that wasn't.
It was.
When the cops checked the reports, it turned out he was telling the truth, and the body cam from last night's traffic stop backs this story up. At this point, the cops could start to connect the dots. A kid accused of stealing a gun is now being accused of shooting it at university.
Yeah.
It could definitely be assumed that something's gone overlooked.
That's what I'm saying.
Either way, Hollis has been found in possession of multiple illegal drugs, so the cops finally decide to arrest him.
What's the bond and stuff, you know?
I don't know. We'll have to. It all depends on the weight and how much of the pills there are to kind of determine the.
The cops then start a second pat-down, one that Hollis remembers vividly.
Bro.
He says he felt the officer check just millimeters away from the weapon, but somehow never finding it. Hollis was then escorted.
Bro, how do you not? That just don't make sense. Like, how do you not find a gun on him? Like, you're not patting down hard enough, dude. Like,
Second pat-down, one that Hollis remembers vividly. He says he felt the officer check just millimeters away from the weapon, but somehow never finding it.
Wow.
Hollis was then escorted from his dorm into a squad car, where Officer Floyd tragically missed another opportunity to stop what happened to him in just 50 minutes.
Bro.
As Hollis sits down in the patrol car, Officer Floyd hears a strange noise.
I'll be transferring 1-1 male. What was that thing?
what the?
Oh, my handcuffs.
That noise
My handcuffs? What do you? There's no way to, bro. Oh, the cop heard something drop and they're not gonna go search what just happened right now? What just dropped on the floor?
wasn't his handcuffs at all. It was actually the sound of his gun falling down the leg of his pants and hitting the floor. As well as lying through his teeth, he was even able to reach down and fully conceal the gun back in his pants before finishing his journey to the Texas Tech PD. When they arrived, a 30-minute countdown.
So the guy didn't get out the car and check what dropped? They're just going through the motions, bro.
Full of tragic and negligent mistakes.
Like, bro, I was about to say, like, maybe if this was a case where it was just unlucky they searched or whatever, but bro, they have multiple chances.
Would begin to take place. At 12 minutes past 7, one of the officers says that if Hollis continues to cooperate, they'll remove his handcuffs.
If you cooperate with me, we'll go ahead and pull these cuffs off a little bit, okay?
And 2 minutes later, at
For
14
what?
minutes past, the officers make good on their promise and take his handcuffs off. 90 seconds later, Hollis and Officer Floyd enter a room to run through some paperwork and are left alone. There is no footage of another search taking place before or after they entered this room together. At 7:44 p.m.,
Nah, that's
Hollis
crazy.
asks Officer Floyd 3 questions.
You have a family at home? Yep. How many kids? Pretty old.
It's unclear why he chose to ask these questions.
Yeah, like, what are you asking these questions for? You still ended up killing him, so what the fuck? Like, oh my god, this dude's insane. You know what's crazy, chat? I know, I don't want to pull the race card or anything, chat. Let's be fucking honest, bro. If this was a black person, bro, they're finding that gun, bro. They are being aggressive as shit with how they handle a black guy, and they are gonna find that gun, bro. They will literally pull the nigga pants, like, they will find it, bro. But because, you know what I'm saying, white kid, he's trying to act all innocent and shit or whatever, like, bro, he was able to sneak a goddamn gun, bro. Even in the car, they heard something drop to the floor, bro. Like, if that was a black guy, something dropped to the floor and they heard that shit, they were like, the hell was that? Like, come on, chat, let's be honest.
There was no incentive, and all it did was make him look like a complete and total psychopath. Like he wanted him to know the damage that he was about to cause and the lives that he was about to ruin. 4 seconds pass before he reaches into his sock and takes a deep breath. The shot echoed through the station, alerting officers nearby. By the time they arrived, Floyd was already dead, and Hollis was nowhere to be seen. Assuming
so he shot and killed an officer and escaped. This is like a movie, bro. This doesn't even seem real.
Floyd's body cam to be the only camera in the room, he grabbed it and fled, with no idea that the entire incident had been recorded on this hidden surveillance camera. Despite the suspect being gone, cops knew there could only be one suspect, and they immediately placed the campus on lockdown and began a 2-hour-long manhunt for an armed teen killer.
658.
Damn, bro.
The PD is not secure. Got an officer down. He's shot in our briefing room. We don't know where the suspect went. He's about a 19-year-old white male, skinny.
What's he wearing?
Blue jeans, believe a light-colored T-shirt. He had mud on his jeans.
Then we got these fat ass cops going and going on the chase, bro. Like, they ain't gonna do nothing.
From the knees down.
Blue jeans and a white t-shirt?
Yeah, and he's got facial hair.
Can you relay the information one more time?
Yeah.
To our sergeant so we can get all the perimeter units clear on what we're looking for.
What's his last name?
Daniel's last name, first name Hollis.
After securing the area, detailing a full and proper description of Hollis, and searching the campus for a total of 90 minutes, Hollis was eventually found and apprehended without further injury. When he was finally caught, he said cold-bloodedly that he was, quote, the one that shot their friend. He was found carrying Floyd's...
Fucking psycho, dude. The fact that he asked him if he had a family, and he literally told him he had a family and kids and stuff, that's just devilish, bro. Like, there's no other way to... That's satanic. This kid is not crazy, because he was smart enough to get away with the shit he's been doing, bro. To work his way around the cops multiple times, to steal a gun from his friend, get away with it, to be able to sneak a gun in, bro. Like, he was smart enough to execute this plan, bro.
Body cam and a loaded .45 caliber pistol. At every turn, Hollis got as lucky as he possibly could have, while Floyd got the opposite. After being caught, Hollis also told the officers that he'd done something f***ed up and illogical, implying that he had some remorse for what happened. However, a phone call to his family recorded at 11:14 that night showed that the only thing he regretted was being caught.
I'm getting on the phone with a criminal defense attorney. I would really advise you not to say anything.
Yeah, on the cool, I haven't been saying anything.
Huh?
I haven't been saying anything, really.
It doesn't matter what the f you say, nigga. You are caught in 4K killing a police officer. You are going to jail for life. I mean, I hope. I really hope this nigga never gets out of jail, chat.
But there's pretty solid proof against me, and it's the problem. But there's pretty solid proof against me, and it's the problem.
I know that, Rich, and I know that you think that doesn't matter, but I'm telling you, it's just, no.
You know me, Carrie, you know me, I'm not gonna say shit. I supported someone who assaulted me yesterday. I said, no, he didn't assault me. You know me, I'm not gonna say anything that would jeopardize that.
I'm just saying, it's just, I love you, and you'll get through this.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll get through this in jail, behind bars. That's the only way you'll ever talk to him again. So,
yeah, it's my.
And is this his mother? I don't know if it's mother or whatever, but if it's mother, bro, you are a failure. You are a failure as a parent.
Dumb that I shouldn't have done this anyway. I'm stupid.
Hollis's demeanor
Yeah,
in
we
this
know
call
that.
is frankly terrifying. It's almost as if he's talking to his family about the drug charge and not the first-degree murder charge. And the biggest issue on his mind seems to be being kicked out of school.
This may be a little more extreme. I think that they're probably going to kick me out of Texas Tech High School.
Nigga, what? That is the last thing you should be worried about, bro. You're talking about getting kicked out of school? You are getting kicked out of society. You are done, buddy.
And I think that they're... Huh?
After this call, he was taken by police to an interrogation room, where it seems the reality of the situation finally hits him.
Well, you guys know the whole story. What do you think is the most likely possible outcome?
Well, I don't know the whole story.
I f***ed up.
Well, hold on.
I'm just.
I know. It's a bad situation. I got it. Okay?
Chat, I don't understand, like, how people can just mentally be okay to just talk normally after he just took a man's life. That he knew. He literally asked him questions about his family stuff. Like, you literally took somebody away from their family for no fucking reason. Like, I feel like if I ever did that, like, I would break down so much where, one, I would just probably kill myself. Second of all, like, I just wouldn't be able to fucking say a word, bro, to anybody.
My mom called me and said, "Reed, are you okay? There's been a shooting, and they say it's you." And immediately then I knew, I'm going to jail for the rest of my life, dropping out of college.
You know what? We got to figure this out first, okay?
Yes, sir.
Rightly, Hollis isn't even...
He had nothing to lose, so he did what he did. That's the thing, though. He did have things to lose, though. You always have something to lose, chat. You have your family to lose. You know, he literally got concerned about getting kicked out of school. So he obviously cared about school. That's what I'm saying. This guy, as fucked up as he is in the head, you could tell that he has a head, though. Like, you could tell he has a brain. You could tell he was smart and stuff, and that, he was just misguided into the wrong direction in life, bro. With drugs, with people he was hanging around and stuff. Like, things can really, outside things can really turn you into a different person, chat. That's why I say it's very important to pay attention to who's around you. You know what I'm saying? Even if it means family, bro. Sometimes you gotta cut off family, bro. Because they're too toxic or they're in shit that you don't approve of.
Trying to defend himself. He knows he's done something horrifying and is going to pay the price for it. But the detectives are still plagued with the question of why on earth he did what he did. So they ask him to recount the moment where he took Floyd's life.
So I got back to my dorm. And there was already police officers in there. They busted me for and marijuana, and they took me back to the station, and I just, in my head, I thought, I can't have this third strike against me. This is gonna be it. You know what I mean? Not thinking logically, and so I did.
Yeah, you're thinking about a third strike. So your way of getting out of this is, all right, I'm gonna kill a police officer and try to escape. Like, that was gonna help you at all?
It's something very illogical, and regret it deeply, and I don't know ever how I'll ever make up for it. Okay? Does that kind of cover what you're asking?
Hollis seems to be seeking approval from the detectives. It genuinely does seem as though he feels guilty for what he did, as he's putting himself down and asking the detective if what he said is enough.
I was taken back to the police station, and something just clicked in my head, and I said, I can't do this. I can't go back like this. But then I made a worse decision to go back and do something that I thought I could. I'm just ready to go to jail, call my parents. I really would like to call my parents because they're worried to think about me because they saw it on the news.
He's stuttering, repeating himself, and all he wants to do is call his parents. Hollis is starting to...
Dude, it's kind of sad because seeing how he's talking and stuff and seeing how, he's worried about his parents and stuff, like, it's sad, bro, because I could tell that deep down, he's a good kid, bro. I could tell. I'm not gonna sit here and act like he's just some monster. I mean, what he did was monstrous and devilish, but you could tell deep down he has a heart. It's just, man, bro, you could really be led down the wrong directions, chat. I'm telling you. The drugs, man. They take control of your life. The drugs, the people around you. It's just crazy.
shut down, overwhelmed with shame, regret, and guilt. The longer this conversation goes on for, the more you have to wonder what compelled him to take that officer's life in the way that he did. And you've got to imagine his power.
It's not an excuse for what he did though, chat. Just because we could feel empathy does not mean that we feel bad. Or like, because we have to also feel bad for the cop that just died for no reason, and feel bad for every member of his family that got him taken away. You know what I'm saying? They're the ones suffering. At least this guy's parents, even though he's going to be in jail for the rest of his life, at least this guy's parents can actually call him and hear his voice and see him. But the cop's family, they can't.
Are thinking the very same thing.
Oh, it's Dan.
Hey, Dad, it's me, Reed.
Reed, honey, are you okay?
I'm okay. I'm very safe. I'm with some very nice people right now, and I'm in trouble, and I messed up badly.
Oh, Reed, honey, I love you so much. I don't even. You'll be there tonight around 11. I'm shaking all over. I can't drive right now. I can't drive right now, but I want to come see you. I want to come see you. What happened? I mean, why would you do something like that? You don't know?
I do know it, and it doesn't make sense, and I'm sorry I brought this disrespect to my family.
Damn, bro.
I'm sorry I brought this disrespect to my family again.
God, I'm so sorry. I don't know what went wrong.
Don't be sorry. It's not you. It's my fault. You did nothing wrong. I did. It's me. And I think they're gonna put me away for a little while, and there's nothing I can do about it.
I'll talk to you when I get there. I love you. Okay.
Yes, sir. I love you, Dad.
Damn,
25
bro.
left. Plus more because of other stuff. I mean, look. That would be the responsible thing to do, is to give me jail time, and then maybe I can go for parole. But that's just gonna change. Not your problem. It's just gonna change how I have to go about what I'm going to do.
All of that's up to the district attorney's office. Okay.
And of course, the district attorney's office is going to give me 25 to life.
So yeah.
Okay.
You have anything else you want to say?
I guess not.
But Hollis's motive for all of this, though, would be the biggest mystery of all. Some say it was influenced by his addiction.
Yeah, like, I definitely think it was drugs, bro. Right now, he's obviously sober and stuff, and he genuinely feels bad. I could tell he genuinely feels bad. And it's not because of how he's talking to the detectives, but more how he's talking to his parents. Like, he's actually, like, genuinely concerned about how they feel about it, and, you know, reassuring to them that it's not their fault and it's his fault, which is true. But it is also the parents' fault because something went wrong there. To where he felt the need to get on drugs and stuff. And, you know, I would blame it on the parents, I would blame it on the people he's around, and the drugs and stuff.
Some say that he had undiagnosed mental problems, or a combination of the two. At the end of the day, it's all speculation, and we can only turn to what he said in court. It doesn't make sense. I thought I was stuck. I thought it was all over. I thought this was an opportunity to go out, to commit suicide. There was no rational line of thought that I had. He also told the court that he wanted to go out with a bang, and that he asked Floyd about his family because he wanted them to be the last thing that he thought about. It seems as though
Jesus Christ, bro. Oh my God, bro.
Hollis panicked. He was scared about the consequences of the drug charges.
See, now that, like, he's saying that, like, his thoughts collected, now I don't know if it was the drugs or not. Maybe he's just genuinely insane. I don't know.
And was influenced by drugs, mental issues, or something else to take the absolute worst route possible. After dodging 3 separate searches and almost being caught multiple times, he might have even thought that this was meant to be. He turned a simple possession of narcotics charge into a first-degree murder charge. And now, he's facing the death sentence.
Wow.
When asked why the jury should spare him, he said, "I think it's totally fair to say life for life, but then on the other hand, I think about my family, and the truth is, I'm biased in my own favor. I don't want to die. Not anymore." After deliberating for 3 days, a jury eventually concluded that Hollis should serve life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Damn, bro. That's crazy, man, but I mean, he got what he deserves. I told you guys he's gonna get life in prison. You know what I'm saying? Now obviously it's gonna be subjective to think that he should get the death penalty. Obviously, some people think that. Obviously, the officer's family probably thinks he should get that. But if I had to be completely like, you know, in the middle of everything, like I would say that because of his remorse and transparency in the situation, I think that is why the jury granted him to just go ahead and rot in jail. I feel like if he had a different tone to him, if he was like saying, "Oh, like fuck that, I don't care about his family, blah blah," then it would like persuade them to do the death penalty. So I think his, you know, his empathy kind of made him not get the death sentence. But you know, that's everybody thinks different about that, you know. But yeah, chat. If you like that video, make sure you leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.